strategies. I hope you learn more and benefit more from the lesson. And after this lesson, I think you'll find that vocabulary is very easy to learn and easy to tackle and memorize.
So today we are going to talk about vocabulary. This lesson is prepared by Mr. Ali and presented by me, Abir, and hope that this lesson is beneficial, okay? So today we are going to talk about word learning strategies, okay? So I know that in SIPA you have lots of words to study and learn, and you are going to be tested in all these words by the end of the year. So you feel that you are at a loss. So in order to study these words and learn them, well, there are some strategies in order to make things easy. Okay, so today we are going to look at 3 strategies, and they will, hopefully by the end of the lesson, you'll find them helpful. So there are 3 word learning strategies, and they are: number 1, dictionary use. So in order to study words or to learn words, you try to use the dictionary. Also, number 2, we have morphemic analysis. I know that you will find the word morphemic a bit of strange word. You didn't see this word before, but when we explain it later on, you'll find that it's easy and you know what is a morphemic analysis and what is a morpheme. Also, number 3, we will deal with contextual analysis. And when you say contextual, it has to do with context. Okay, so the word in its context or in its sentence or in its topic. Okay, so the 3 word learning strategies we are going to deal with today, and we'll give examples on them. They are the dictionary use, morphemic analysis, and contextual analysis. The first strategy we're going to look at is dictionary use. Of course, using a dictionary is a technique of finding out meanings of unfamiliar words and expressions. So this is why, or this is the reason for using a dictionary, is to find out meanings of unfamiliar words and expressions. And of course, most of you use dictionaries, either English dictionaries or English-Arabic dictionaries, or sometimes vice versa, Arabic-English dictionaries. So you just use them in order to find out meanings of unfamiliar words and expressions. Of course, if you use a dictionary, you will be able to check pronunciation, the grammar of the word. Of course, when we say grammar of the word, means the verb patterns, like the tenses, verb forms, again, the form of the verb, and as well as examples that illustrate usage. So when you use the dictionary, especially if you use an English dictionary like Oxford dictionaries, there are lots of dictionaries, English ones, you will check the pronunciation, how to pronounce the word, how to say the word, also the grammar of the word, okay, if it is a verb, adjective, noun, and so on, and its forms. Also, it will give you some examples to illustrate the usage. Because, you know, in English, words has most of the words have more than one meaning, okay? So, in order to know the meaning of the word, you have to use it. To choose the correct meaning of a certain word, you have to put it in its context. So, if you mean for most of the words, if you just open the dictionary and look at it, you'll find that some words have the meanings of some words like a page, like verb get. You'll find get as lots of meanings and with phrasal verbs and other things. So if you did not read examples or sentences to show you how to use the verb, things will be messy. Okay? So using a dictionary teaches you about multiple word meanings, okay? And what do we mean by multiple word meanings? It means that sometimes words, a word have more than one meaning, okay? Multiple means more than one. Also, if you use a dictionary, this will teach you the importance of choosing the appropriate definition to fit the particular context. And this is what I've been telling you a minute ago, that there are some more than one meaning for each word. As I said now, with verb get, there is a difference between get up and other meanings of verb to get. Also, like verb look up is different from look after, is different from other words. Also, if you use a dictionary, this will show you the importance of choosing the appropriate definition. Which meaning is suitable to this context, okay? So it's not like you open the dictionary and the first meaning you have for the word, you just use it, and this will be the meaning of the word which I am tackling or which I am looking for, okay? So you have to choose the appropriate, the suitable definition for the word in its context, okay? So as we said now, dictionaries are really very important. Also, we were talking about ready-made dictionaries, okay? So the dictionaries you can just buy at a bookshop, or a dictionary you can get from a library, or a dictionary you can have online dictionaries and so on. These are all ready-made, okay? It will be more important to have your own dictionary, to create your own dictionary, okay? Which is going to be of really great importance. It's really very good to create your own dictionary, and this is one of the samples of the dictionary you can create, okay? So you have here the word, you have what about any column you like, you have the word, you have the meaning, and you have an example. And here I just put a sample of, I only chose 2 words. So in our case here we have the word camcorder, and here you find that it is a noun. So it's good that you put the part of speech beside the word to make it easier, okay, and of course clearer. And then we have the meaning, a portable combined video camera and video recorder, okay. So we took the first, so we just like coined the 2 words, okay, so it became camcorder. This is a new word. And then we have the example. My sister bought a modern camcorder before traveling on vacation. So it's like, what do we mean by a camcorder? I can just use it in a sentence like that to show me the meaning, okay? Even if I did not understand what all this meaning about, okay? By the way, the meanings here are taken from the Oxford Concise Dictionary, okay? Also, we have another word, which is sadden. And of course, sadden is a verb. Sure, if you just look at the first part of the word, you'll find that it is the adjective sad. And because it is a verb, then we add the end. And if you remember the lesson we did on parts of speech, so we just looked at this word, okay, sadden as a verb. And the meaning is caused to feel sad. And then the example, seeing the wounded children after the earthquake saddened me. So here's the use of the word in the sentence, okay? What saddened me, what caused me to feel sad, which is the meaning here, is seeing the wounded children, okay? So this is one way of creating your own dictionary. Of course, you can just use colors, you can use paintings, you can decorate it whatever you like to suit you. Again, if you create your own dictionary, then of course you try every word which is new for you, you didn't see it before, to just put it or write it in your dictionary. And by the end of, let's say, the term, or by the end of a month, you'll find that you have huge number of vocabulary and it's created by you yourself. Okay, so it will add to you. Another form of dictionary, which is a Pictionary. Okay, and of course, as we have here, there are lots of forms of Pictionaries, and of course, Pictionaries again, it means that it's a kind of dictionary using pictures. So for young children, let's say, they just use the word and a picture or a painting. But of course, because you are elder and you are in grade 12, so you try to use more than one thing, okay? So again, you have the word, you have the part of speech, you have the meaning, you can add the Arabic meaning, which I know that all of you love, and also you can put a picture, okay? So again, you can add lots of things. If you want to put a sentence in the Arabic language, no problem. If you, whatever you like, okay? Just form it according to whatever you feel is suitable for you, okay? So in our example here, we have the word fireworks. And again, fireworks, this is a noun. And the picture, I think, is extremely clear, okay? You can just draw the picture, you can bring a picture from anywhere, and you can use it. Also, there are other ways of doing the same Pictionary. You can use your computers, and I know that all of you have computers at home or maybe laptops. Again, you can save all this on your mobile phones. You can just do something and use it, because I know that you are all brilliant in using technology. So let's go back to what we have here. So we have fireworks. The part of speech is noun. Meaning, display of brilliance used in parties and celebrations. Again, this meaning is, or all the meanings of these words are taken from the Oxford Concise Dictionary. And the meaning in Arabic is there, and the picture, as you can see it. Also, another word, we have the word arrow. And in case of the word arrow, we have two different parts of speech for the same word. Arrow as noun, and the arrow as a verb, okay? Again, you can put more than one meaning for each part of speech. In this case here, I just put one, okay? So we have noun. The meaning of the word arrow as a noun is a symbol used to show direction or position. Also, arrow as a verb means move swiftly and directly, okay? So again, the meaning is there in Arabic. You have the picture, as you can see in front of you, which makes it very clear. Okay, so this is another form of Pictionary. Okay, so you can form your own dictionary. You can form your own Pictionary. Again, there is another way, which is using the card, or to know card, which is like a small card, and from one side you put the word in English, from the other side you put the meaning of the word in Arabic, or you use the word in sentence from the other side, and you can have that maybe every day in your bag. So whenever you feel like looking at the word, you can just find it. And it will be of your own creation, okay? So you'll be very proud of it, and you will learn more of it, okay? Also, if we look at another strategy of learning, or of word learning, or which is the morphemic analysis. Okay, remember at the beginning I told you, don't worry about the word. We will explain it, and you will find it very clear. So the process of deriving a word's meaning by analyzing its meaningful parts or morphemes. So what is a morphemic? The word morphemic analysis. It is the process where you derive, or of course you know the word meaning by analyzing its parts, okay? And the word morphemes means the parts, okay? And of course it's like you cut the word into small pieces, okay? Such word parts include root words, prefixes, and suffixes. So if you have a word, you try to cut it into pieces in order to try to understand its meaning. And again, this way is a very helpful way in knowing the meaning of the word and guessing its meaning, okay? So you just analyze its meaningful parts, and we call these meaningful parts morphemes. Okay, and examples of morphemes are, of course, the root word, the prefixes, and suffixes. First, we're going to look at prefixes. I hope that you still remember the lesson on vocabulary which we did in the first term when we talked about prefixes. Today we're going to look at more prefixes. Okay, the first prefix we're going to look at is the word auto, and auto means self. And we have lots of words like autobiography, automobile, autocracy, automation. Okay, so again, if you just don't know the meaning of the word, you'll find the word auto at the beginning, or the prefix auto at the beginning. You just cut the word into piece, you will know that auto by itself means self. Okay, and then let's have a look at the meaning of each word. So the first word, autobiography, means a self-written story of the person's life. So it is like a very famous person who writes his own life story. Okay, so this is autobiography. So he writes all his achievements, all his person's life, and this is done by he himself. Okay, that's why we call it auto. Automobile. Okay, this is another word for car or a moving vehicle. Okay. Also, we have the word autocracy, which means a system of ruling a country by one person. So again, auto means the self, and of course, cracy, it's like the system of ruling. Okay, it's different from democracy. Okay, so auto, it means that one person is ruling the country and one person alone. Automation, it is using self-working tools in factories as robots. Okay, so of course we have here like some of the factories, they use robots and they use machines in order to work the factory. Okay, without using people who can be facing danger or something like that. Okay. So the first prefix we looked at is auto, and as we said, auto means self. So if I know the meaning of the prefix, then it will be very easy for me to try and guess the meaning of the word in the sentence, even if I didn't see this word before. Another prefix we're going to look at is the prefix anti. And anti means against. Okay? So I think you saw this prefix many times, okay? And of course, anti means against. And the example we have here, we have antipathy, anti-war, antisocial, and antibacterial. Okay? So let's look at the meanings of the words. As you can see, you have the prefix anti is in different colors, so that whenever you try to use this technique in like dividing the word. Okay? So antipathy means a feeling of dislike. So if you don't like something, we call it antipathy, okay? The feeling of dislike. Anti-war, it's again against war. So a person would be anti-war. It means this person or the thought or the belief is against war. All of us don't like war, okay? Antisocial means against society, a person who lives alone, okay? Antibacterial, it means active against bacteria. And of course, it can be some kind of medicine or something like that, like antibiotics, okay? And antibacterials, antivirus, and so on. So all these things we know now about means that they are active against whatever they mentioned about, okay? So we have antibacterial, it's against bacteria. Antibiotic, against the diseases which are caused by some microbes, and so on. So anti, as a prefix, means against. Also, there is another prefix which is this, and of course, this means apart or not, okay? In the first term, we looked at this as, and we gave it the meaning of not, okay? But today or now in our lesson, we are going also to say that it has another meaning, which is the word apart. So if I have disengage, discord, discomfort, and disconnect, I think the word disconnect is familiar to you. All of you know the word disconnect because you are all the time using your computers and your connections, of course, with the net. So let's have a look at the meanings. Disengage means separate, okay, to be apart, okay, to leave each other, let's say. Discord means not agree or lack of harmony. And we use this word in music most of the time, okay? So when people are playing music, one of the machines, let's say, are not in harmony with the others, or they don't agree with the others, so we call it discord, okay? Discomfort, which is, of course, means slight pain or anxiety, okay, which means not comfortable, like, okay, so anxiety. Disconnect, no connection, put out of action, okay, so there is no connection when I say disconnect. So again, then the prefix dis means apart or not, okay. Also, we have lots of other prefixes, and all of these we tackled in our first term lesson. We have il, we have im, we have in, and il, im, in, all of them means not, okay? And the prefix sub means under, okay? So il means not, im means not, in means not, while the prefix sub means under. Let's have examples. So in the prefix, the use of il can be the word illegal, im, impossible, in, incorrect, and sub, submarine. And here when we say submarine, it means the kind of ship which moves underwater, okay, sub. So this means that it moves underwater, okay? So now let's have a look at the suffixes, okay? So we were talking about the prefixes, and we said prefixes come at the beginning of a word. Now suffixes, they come at the end of the word, okay? Like ism, and ism means the belief in something, okay? So we have terrorism, socialism, communism, okay? So now if we look at suffixes, then we are dealing with the end or the ending of the word itself, okay? So the meaning of terrorism means using violence, okay, or terror. Socialism, act of belief in the importance of society, okay? So of course, this is an act which took place long ago, and until now it's also used, okay, in places like Russia, okay. Socialism, act of belief in the importance of society. Communism, the act that everything in a country is owned by the community, okay. So these two words are a bit of like each other, okay. They are linked. So like everything in the country is owned by the whole community, all the people living in the place. So one of the suffixes is ism, okay? Also, another suffix, or another two suffixes, which are, of course, I think you know them very well, is or, and er, okay? And they mean one who takes part in, okay? So when I say OR or ER, it means that at the end of the word, it means that I'm talking about a person. Like doctor, actor, driver, teacher, okay? And I think you know these suffixes very well, okay? Also, another suffix is X, okay, ICS. And the word which has ICS at the far end of it means that things having to do with. Okay, and the example we have here is optics. Also, we have physics. Okay, so optics has to do with a branch of science that has to do with vision. Okay, so of course vision or eyesight or something like that. So it is, of course, optics, physics. So it's ending in the suffix ICS, and again this is like kind of science. Okay, physics. I think all of you know physics very well. A branch of science that has to do with matter and energy. Okay. And I think one of your favorite lessons and subjects are is physics, okay? Also, we have IST, I-S-T, and this means one who believes in, okay? So if I have a word and at the end I have I-S-T, then it means I'm talking about the person who believes in such thing. Like pacifist, terrorist, conformist. Okay, so the meaning of pacifist is a person who believes that war should be stopped. Okay, it means a person who hates war and wants a war to be stopped. Okay, terrorist sure is the opposite of the other word. A person who believes in terrorism to solve problems. Okay, so it's an opposite person. He believes that terrorism or causing terror to people is the way to solve some problems. Conformist, a person who conforms to social conventions. Okay, so he agrees to all social conventions and all the community and what they represent. Okay, so the suffix ist means one who believes in something. Okay. So now I think when we finished morphemic analysis, you understood that morphemic analysis is something you do every day. Okay. You just look at the prefixes and the suffixes of the words. Now we move to another strategy, which is contextual analysis, which is, I think, very important. Okay. Context is the information. What kind of information? Topic, main idea, or other words. Okay. In a text that helps you to understand the meaning of words. Okay. So what is the context? If I tell you just try to understand the word from its context, so you will just very clearly understand that the word context means the information. Like the topic, what is the topic about, or what is the text about, the main idea of the text, other words in the text, and all this helped me to, one of the key words here is to understand, okay, the meaning of words. So I just can, if I understand what is the topic about, then I have one difficult word, it's easy for me to predict it or guess it. Okay, so this is important. Also, contextual analysis involves inferring and meaning of an unfamiliar word. Okay? So, let's say I try to guess the meaning of the word which is different. Okay? So, it's like trying to, from the whole sentence or from the whole paragraph, try to guess what is the word and its meaning. Okay? And we are going to look at an example now. Of course, how to do that? By studying the text surrounding it using both generic and specific types of context clues. Okay? So how can you predict and understand whatever mentioned in the text? And of course, you can do that by both generic and, of course, another word for the word generic is like general. Okay? The general understanding of the whole piece of reading. It can be a sentence, it can be a paragraph, it can be a text. And also specific types, okay? And we are going to look at them very carefully now. The other types we're going to look at. let's look at this sentence and try to guess the meaning of this word. Okay? Ali got angry at his brother, so he got on his wagon and went to visit his cousin. So, of course, the word wag is a word we can't understand it. What is this word? And you find it in red. Okay? So how can we guess the meaning of this word? We don't know this word. Okay? So we have to look carefully at the sentence, at the text, at the context. Okay? So if we have only this one sentence, this is our context. Okay? So Ali got angry at his brother, so he got on his wag and went to visit his cousin. So if just have a look at some of the keywords here, got on, went to, okay? So let's move on and see how do we tackle such a sentence and how do we guess the meaning of the word. So, have you seen the word wag before? Of course not. This is totally new word, okay? What do you think it means? So you have to think why is this sentence here, and what is the meaning of this word? Which information and words, which is the context, help you to understand the basic meaning? As I told you now, you just have to look at the sentence and try to find out the information and the words which just help you to understand the meaning of this word. Okay? Yeah, you don't know the meaning of this word, but you have to do something to guess the meaning of this word. Yeah? So, of course, if you thought that word describes a bicycle or toy with wheels or something moving, then you are correct. And how did you think that this word is describing a bicycle or a toy with wheels or something moving? Okay? Because we said Ali got on. Okay? So of course, if you get something and went to, then it means that it is using some wheels, something with wheels. Okay? It can be bicycle, bike, or something moving. Okay? So now we are going to look at the sentence with the word we know in. Okay? Ali got angry at his brother, so he got on his bicycle and went to visit his cousin. Okay? So here, the word wag then should mean a bicycle or a bike, because we have here the context, got on and went to. Okay? So this is how we know the meaning of the word through context. Now let's look at types of context clues. Okay? Let's have a look at them and concentrate on the context clues. What to look at in the sentence. Okay, the first context clue is, of course, cause and effect. Okay? And I think all of you know what we mean by cause and effect. Okay? This is something we do every day. Okay? First, you have to label the sentence using the context and effect. Where is the cause and where is the effect? Okay? Then you make a guess. You guess the meaning of the word. And we have the example like, the door was ajar, so the dog got out of the house. So of course we have here a cause and we have an effect. Okay? So the door was ajar. I don't know the meaning of the word ajar. Yeah? What happened? The dog got out of the house. So we have here the word so. So if we just have a look at this, so how did how could the dog get out of the house? The door should be what? Okay, so this is what we call cause and effect. So of course the word ajar would mean Open. So this is our word which we would like to know the meaning of. Ajar. Okay? So of course, the door should be open so that the dog can go out. The dog can't go out of the house if the door is closed. Yeah, he can go from the window. This is something else. But we are talking here about the door. Okay? So even if I don't know the meaning of the word ajar, I understood it, I predicted the meaning from the context. Okay? Because here in my sentence we have a cause and effect relationship. So it's very easy to just know the word even if I didn't see this word before. Another context clue is, of course, the opposite or the contrast. So sometimes in a sentence they present you with something and its opposite or its contrast. So it's very easy. If you know the word, you will know its opposite. So of course in this case what you should do is underline the two words or phrases in contrast to one another, then make a guess. So you look at the two words which are the opposites, okay, or which are in contrast with each other. Then if you know one word, it will be easy for you to guess the other word. Like, my last apartment was really small, but my new one is quite spacious. Okay? So of course here we have more than one word which are opposites. Okay? You have last, new. Okay? So this one is the past, one is the other one new, and you have small, and you have the other word which is but. Of course you have the other word spacious, and there is a word which is linking between these two parts of or phrases, which is the word but, and this shows opposite or contrast. Okay, so it's like the old apartment was small, but in contrast with that, the new one is spacious. So what do you think the meaning of the word spacious here? So that's what we were telling you, that you just try to underline the words which are in contrast, like small and spacious. Okay, so if you know, because the relation is the opposite, because we have the word but. Okay, so the meaning of the word spacious is having plenty of space or big. Okay, so it's very easy now to, if I know the relation between words in a sentence, to guess the meaning of the unfamiliar word. In our case here, we have to use the context clue, which is opposite or contrast. And the other situation we mentioned was the cause and effect. Okay. Also, another context clue is the general sense. What do we mean by general sense? Okay, it's like what do you understand from the whole sentence? Okay, as of course we have, if you look at the general sense, you have to focus on subject, verb, object. Okay. Also, you have to focus on the actor or the doer of the action and the recipient, the person who receives the action. Okay. So just have a look at the sentence. You focus on the subject, verb, object. Again, we looked at that carefully in one of our grammar lessons in the first term. Also, you look at the actor or the doer and the recipient of the action. Okay, the person who did the action and the person who received, and what, who received the action. Okay, like what you should do is ask yourself, what type of word is it? And I think I always tell my students that try to, if you want to know the meaning of a word, try to know what type of word. Okay, and of course you will know what type of word from the sentence. Okay, and of course when we say type of word, it can be either subject, and subject can be noun, or a pronoun, or it can be a verb, yeah, or it can be an object. Again, object can be a noun or a pronoun, according to the sentence. So what type of a word is it? Is it a noun? So if it is a noun, then it will talk about a person, a place, thing, abstract idea. And when we say abstract ideas, like let's say shopping, okay, or traveling, this is an abstract idea. So if I'm talking about a noun, then of course it's a person, yeah, or a place, or a thing, or an abstract idea. Also, is it a verb? And of course, when we talk about a verb, then we mean an action. Of course, action means movement, or feeling and emotion. Okay, remember when we were dealing with verbs and we said that there are some types of verbs? Okay. Is it an adjective? So you look at the word, is it an adjective? And if it is an adjective, what is it describing? Is it something good or bad? Is it describing size, how big something is or how small something is? Is it describing the color of something, the shape, emotion, like sad, happy, and so on? So again, you look at the word and you try to find out its word type, okay, its form, like if it is a noun or a verb or an adjective. Okay, of course, sometimes you can find adverbs and so on, and I think you know how to differentiate between these words. Let's look at these examples. Each summer, thousands of tourists flock to the beaches of Cape Cod. So now we have the new word, which is the word flock. So I'm going to give you just half of a minute to try to guess the meaning of the word flock. Remember, think of the strategies we were talking about now, okay? Try to know the word through its context, number one. Try to find it from the context clue, what type of word is it, okay? Yes, so the answer is there, okay? So, of course, flock is a verb, yeah? And, of course, it means to go in a crowd. All people go, tourists go, like they are crowding to the beaches of Cape Cod. Because, of course, in summer, it's summer, okay? Another sentence. The father tossed the ball to his little boy. Again, try to guess the meaning of the word tossed. And first of all, what is the type of this word? And what do you do with the ball? So you just think about that and ask yourself such question. So you will know the meaning of the word tossed. Sure. Tossed here is a verb. Okay. I think it's clear because this is in the past and it's ending in ed. And again, this verb means threw. Okay. So whatever you do with the ball is that you throw it to another person. In this case, we have the father and his little boy. Okay. Also, another context clue is the use of synonyms or paraphrases. Okay, synonyms like the same meaning. You can find that in the sentence. You can find the word which you don't understand, and they give you another word or two which gives the same meaning. Okay, we call that synonyms. Or paraphrases. It's like using the same word in another word. Okay, we call that paraphrasing, or the same idea resaid or restated in another way. Okay? And of course, when we have synonyms, they're always found elsewhere in the sentence or the paragraph. So it's important that we just look carefully at the sentence or the paragraph. Okay? Like, look at this example. Sally's flower garden included dozens of marigolds which she tended with great care. So, of course, we don't know the meaning of the word marigolds. What's this word? But I can just know the meaning of this word or guess it through the whole sentence because there are other synonyms. Flower garden. And it's included dozens of what? A flower garden. What should a flower garden have? Okay? So, of course, this is, it's in the sentence giving you another clue, which is, of course, synonym for the word flower garden. It's another paraphrasing it, okay? So the meaning of the word marigolds, of course, kinds of flowers. So through the whole sentence, you can understand the meaning of this word if you look carefully at the sentence, and you try to look at the key word here, which is, of course, flower garden. Also, we have another context clue is when we have examples in the text, okay? So like when they use the word like, or as, or such as, or similar to, and there are other words, okay? So like they say something and they explain it more in a sentence or in the paragraph. And when you explain more or give more examples, you use such words, okay? The word like, the word as, the word such as, similar to, and so on. So if you just know that if I use these words, it means I'm giving more examples, then it will be easy for me to guess the meaning of the word. Like, in our sentence here, we have the baboon, like other apes, is a very special animal. Sorry, it's social animal. So, of course, if I don't understand the meaning of the word baboon, of course, definitely it's an animal, okay? But I have here like, which is an example. And of course, I have another word, which is apes. And so I have to relate baboon with apes. So, of course, I know apes like monkeys, okay? So then it will be easy for me to guess the word baboon, which is a kind of monkey. Now let's have a look at these exercises. Okay? And we try to do the same as what we did before. Okay? Try to use the clues which we were talking about now. So number 1 says, the on Islamic history begins on page 27 of your textbook. So of course, I have to look at the sentence carefully. Okay, so I have here textbook, page. Okay, this is like a clue. Huh? A, acquisition, B, conduct, C, chapter, and D, commission. So what do you think is the correct answer? And be careful, it has to do with, of course, something which has to do with pages and books. Okay? So, excellent. The correct answer is C, chapter, because chapter is like a unit. Okay, like in your book, in the book of English book, you have 6 chapters. So each chapter deals with something. Okay, so again there is a clue here: textbook and the word page. So it's easy for me to guess the word which is correct, okay? Another sentence we have, I enjoy studying at the because it is quiet and there are many books and newspapers. A, chair, B, theater, C, village, and D, library. Again, there are lots of clues in the sentence itself to lead you to choose the correct answer. Okay, you have a place which has lots of books and newspapers. So, of course, it is D, library. Very good. Number 3, we have A of the thief. He was tall with blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, remember when we said that sometimes they give more than one sentence to explain what we are talking about. Okay, so we have a what of the thief. They explain what is this, what is whatever we have here. He was tall with blonde hair and blue eyes. So A, completion, B, description, C, protection, D, conversation. So of course, when I describe somebody and say that this person is tall, and the color of hair is this, and the color of eyes is that. So what do we have then? Yeah, description, B. So description means I'm giving detailed description of the person. The eyes, the hair, tall, short, fat, thin, and so on. Okay? Number 4, I would like you to my friend Jack. He is from France. Okay? So A, welcome. B, urge. C, intend. And D, introduce. So of course this happens when you just tell other people about another person. So which verb you should put here? I would like you to my friend. Okay? Sure, it's introduce. And be careful, it's not welcome. Okay? When you welcome somebody, it means that this somebody is coming to you. Okay? But in our case here, in this sentence, the person is introducing a person to another one. Okay? So we have to say introduce and not welcome in this context. Okay? Number 5. The campers didn't have supplies. They didn't have enough water or food. So A, prior. B, undertaken. C, ethnic. D, adequate. So again, number 5 says, the campers didn't have supplies. They didn't have enough water or food. So A, prior. B, undertaken. C, ethnic. And D, adequate. So of course, what comes with supplies? And if you did not understand the meaning of the word supplies, then just read the sentence which comes after it. They didn't have enough water or food. So supplies can mean water or food. Okay? So it is adequate. So the campers didn't have adequate supplies. They didn't have enough water or food. Number 6. I saw A of him. The picture was taken 10 years ago. A, camera. B, network. C, resistance. And D, photograph. So I saw A of him. Okay? So even if I don't know what kind of word I have to use, remember there is a synonym here which can tell me the word which I should choose. The picture. Okay? So as we said, this is one of the context clues. Find synonyms, another word which means the same. So the picture. What is the other word which means picture in the options, in our A, in our 4 options which we have in this sentence? Is it A, B, C, or D? Yeah, excellent. So the picture is a synonym for the word photograph. Okay? Be careful, it's not camera. Yeah? Photograph. Number 7. Shoppers usually get a good during Dubai Shopping Festival. So A, annoying. B, suburb. C, bargain. And D, material. Yeah, and of course, I think you know that because all of us go to buy things at Dubai Shopping Festival. Okay, we wait until they start the festival and we go buy our things. So they get good bargain. Okay, and also bargain has to do with the sales which happen in the shopping festival. Okay. Number 8, the UAE music sweet to every listener. A, feels. B, sounds. C, smells. And D, tastes. So of course when we have music and we have listener, so what do you think is the correct word here? What do you do with music? When there is music going around, okay, what do you do with it? Okay? Do you feel it? Do you smell it? Do you taste it? Of course not. But what is the correct verb here? Sure, it's sounds. So the UAE music sounds sweet to every listener. Number 9, people usually hate long journeys as they aren't at all. A, dry, B, argue, C, comfortable, and D, huge. So what is the word which goes with journeys, okay, and especially long ones? If you travel from country to country using a car or a bus, it's what? So these journeys aren't what? Yeah, C, comfortable. So these journeys aren't comfortable at all. So that's why some people, they just hate that. Okay? Number 10. His flight ticket came with an, he could leave on either 6th January or 10th January. Okay? So here, again, even if I did not understand what's going on, I have in the second sentence a kind of a clue. Yeah? He could leave on either this date or the other one. So if I have to what? Okay? To what? Either this or that. It's for me to choose. A, option. B, access. C, output. And D, integration. Very good. A, option. Okay? So his flight ticket came with an option. He could leave on either this date, 6th of January, or 10th of January. So this is the last sentence we have to look at today. So I think by the end of this lesson, you knew now that that there are some learning strategies of words or vocabulary, and I hope that you try to use some of them and apply some of them, and hopefully all of them, in order to study all the words you have, and good luck.
By this, we come to the end of our lesson today. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and try to apply every single strategy we mentioned today. Hope that this will be beneficial for you. Looking forward to meeting you again in a coming lesson.